Hello and welcome to day 27 of 28 days, 28 quilts. This is Kelly from Kelly's Creative Comforts, and thank you so much for joining me. Now with only 2 days left to go, I am pretty excited to share my last 2 designs with you. Now for those of you who are just joining in and this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, check out the description underneath the video, and there are links there to the free printable pattern for each layout, plus a link to the general directions, which will give you the cutting and kind of the premise about what I'm doing. You will also find a link to all the other videos in the series. Now again, for those of you who have been following along, thank you so much. I am really loving the comments and the emails, and a lot of you are enjoying this as much as I am, so thank you very much. This whole series has been like half square triangle nirvana, and I have loved sharing my designs with you. Now today's layout is another one of those really neat layouts where when you put it together, it has, depending on where your eye travels, it has completely different look depending on where you're looking. So there's a hidden pattern within the pattern. Now it doesn't work with the 10 by 14 setting because the block that makes up the design needs to be multiples of 3. So it's basically, the design is basically a 9 patch that you keep repeating to make the design. So if you wanted to make this one bigger, and sometimes I do get the question as to how do I make the design bigger, and a lot of the designs that we've been doing, to make them bigger, you just keep adding more rows of half square triangles. This particular design, to make it bigger, to keep the continuity of the design, you would need to go 3 rows bigger or 3 rows longer. So let's get to that design, and I will show you what I mean by that. So there we have it. There is day number 27, and I'm calling this one Kaleidoscope. So depending on where your eye goes, you've kind of got this darker square here with some lighter ones on the corners. And if you break this pattern down, this is what I was meaning by you need to have multiples of 3. So here, this is a 9 patch, and you've got all the geese, all the dark part of the half square triangle going to the top left. This 9 patch, they're all going to the top right. This 9 patch, bottom left. This 9 patch, bottom right. So these blocks are what make up the pattern. And then you just alternate. So this would be 1, 2, so that's basically 4 blocks for this size of a quilt. Now if I wanted to do just another 9 patch, it would give me a half of the same pattern. So if I wanted to keep the same continuity of the pattern, to make this one bigger, I would need to do the whole entire block, which is 6 half square triangles wider or 6 half square triangles taller. And that would give me still the continuity of the design where you would still have your darks here and your lights on the corners. So that is how I would put this together. I would make my 9 patches, and then I would sew my 9 patches together, and then sew really great big blocks together. So that's Kaleidoscope. So there we have it. There is day number 27. I want to thank you very much for watching. Now, if you haven't already done so, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button underneath the video on your way down to getting the free printable layout pattern. Come on back and join me tomorrow for the final day of 28 days, 28 quilts. Thanks so much for joining me. Have an absolutely wonderful day and happy sewing.